What I want to be able to show you here is how to make Q-plots by first looking for the median on the horizontal axis and then finding the first quartile and the third quartile also on the horizontal axis. And then we're going to do this, repeat the same process on the vertical axis. So what we're trying to do is eliminate early data, late data, data that's much higher, and data that's much lower. So what we're going to do for me, just to sort of walk you through this, is to look at the prices. These are barrels of crude oil prices last year, much different than this year, of course. But what we're going to look at first is to say how many pieces of data are there in order for us to figure out what the median is. So it's up to you if you want to be able to cover up every other, that's totally fine, or check off every other until you get to the middle. So we have 23 items I can see over here in my view, and with the 23 that I know that the middle number will be my 12th, and my 12th here is L, so it's right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a vertical line here through that 12th piece of data. And I'm just going to label this x equals 12. So now over here, I know that I have 11 pieces of data here and 11 pieces of data here in this median. So 11, so my sixth one will be my, my first quartile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I think it's F. That gives me 5 in this quartile and 5 in this quartile, so that's great. That's exactly what I'd like. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to label it also for us just because we'll use that later, x equals 6. I'm going to repeat that same process now in my upper half of data. Again, there are 11 pieces of data here, so I'm going to go to the sixth one to be the median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think it's R. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this quartile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that quartile. So R again is giving, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on one second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, so it's a 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Sorry about that. Alright, here we go. Through R. And again, my x values are all 18 on that line, so x equals 18. Now what I think is to your advantage now is that you can use the values here, but you can also just turn the grid so you can now find the median this way. So again, we looked for the 12th number in. This is harder. I'm going to be the first person to say that, but it's still very manageable. So you can see all your data points, and now we're going to find the 13th number in. Okay, so just be patient with yourself and with me. And I'm going to use this ruler to sort of guide me here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So D, I'm going to go right through D. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rotate my paper and see what the coordinate point was for D, and it was 4,6635. So that means the equation of this line is y equals 66.35. So again, because I've gone through the 12th point, that means I have 11 points below and I have 11 points above. So that means the 6th point is going to be where I want to be able to create that first quartile. So I'm going to do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to go through H. Let's see. I think. Let me just do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it is H. All right. Draw a horizontal line here. And then I'm going to do this. Oh, sorry. Let me get that data point there for us. So H is, the Y is 73.36, so Y equals 73.36. And I'll do the same thing here. I'll count up 11, from the 11 points there, I'll count up the 6th point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think it goes through A. or O? How different are A and O? A is 61.04 and O is 61.44. So 61.04 is higher. Okay. So this one here is a little bit higher. Right. All right, great. Okay. So again, that's the line y equals 61.04. Great. And now what I'm going to do is I have these choices that we talked about at the end of class. So now what we're doing is we're saying to ourselves, okay, I don't care about my early data or my late data. I don't care about my data that's really high or really low. I'm just looking in this middle 50% of my data. And I have to ask myself, with this constraint, is my data in this, is it overall, is it increasing or decreasing? This data actually is pretty hard to tell because it goes up and then down and then up again. I would say overall my sense is that the data is the trend is that it's increasing over time. So with that in mind, I would say, well, I mean, I think you could make an argument in either case. But you're going to have to decide, do you want to connect from this vertex to this vertex? Or are you going to want to connect from, let's see, I'm just going to get a different color, this vertex to this vertex. And I think you could just as easily make the argument that it's one or the other or not. I would be totally easily persuaded in either way. So again, I would say overall the data is increasing. So I would connect these points here, this vertex and this vertex. And this is my line of best fit using Q-plots. What we'll work on in the next bunch of days is now how do you get the equation of that line, which I'm hoping you would use point slope form, because you have a point, you know what the x and the y value are here. You actually know what the x and the y value are here also, and then you could find the change in y over change in x to get your slope, and then you plug in a point, and then you're done. Okay, if you have any questions, please ask them in class. And now you can try your homework using the same thinking.